Obrigada, Ana. Primeiro, quero dizer que estamos em um momento decisivo dessa COP, entre hoje e amanhã, e já foi determinado que também depois de amanhã, se for necessário, estaremos num intenso trabalho para que essa COP dê conta daquilo que é o objetivo fundamental da sua realização, que é sairmos daqui com meios de implementação à altura do desafio que assumimos em Dubai em relação à missão 1.5. Eu quero também dizer que é com grande satisfação que o Brasil encerra essa programação aqui no nosso espaço. Não poderia ser uma questão melhor para a gente fazer esse encerramento, que é a gente fazendo essa cooperação entre países para que se tenha aqui um grupo de alta ambição. Países, mais de 40 países em desenvolvimento, apresentando aqui aquilo que são os seus compromissos para que a gente possa alcançar o objetivo de preservar não só as nossas vidas, mas as condições em que a vida nos foi dada no planeta. São mais de 100 países que estão nessa articulação e o Brasil agradece também o trabalho que vem sendo feito por aqueles que estão nessa liderança e agora nós queremos que todos nós possamos sair daqui altamente comprometidos, países em desenvolvimento, em ter NDCs que sejam robustas. E eu chamo isso de liderar pelo exemplo. Eu chamo isso de criar um constrangimento ético para aqueles que podem mais, que têm mais recursos tecnológicos e financeiros, também fazerem a sua parte em relação a essas ambições. Mas a nossa ambição de mitigar os efeitos que levam à mudança do clima, eles devem ser acompanhados, proporcionalmente falando, dos necessários recursos financeiros. Eu disse ainda há pouco, numa fala na plenária, de que substância e finanças estão intrinsecamente ligadas. E essa união entre substância e finança, nós temos que tirá-las, como já tiramos em parte da COP28 em Dubai, que saiu de lá a partir do balanço ético global, com medidas que consideramos que foram muito importantes, inclusive de triplicar renovável, de duplicar eficiência energética e de fazermos a necessária transição para o fim do uso de combustível fóssil. Aqui nós temos que, além dos ganhos que já alcançamos e que precisamos alcançar, inclusive em relação à sinergia entre as três convenções, é de mostrarmos como, do mesmo jeito que a ciência nos disse que deveríamos sair de Dubai alinhados com 1.5, aqui nós temos que sair alinhados com 1.3, 1,3 trilhão de recursos para implementar os compromissos que assumimos. E o que não nos falta aqui é compromisso, porque, sobretudo, os países mais vulneráveis, eles necessitam de que o mundo faça a sua parte. E por quê? Porque, no caso nosso da Amazônia, que temos um compromisso com desmatamento zero e já conseguimos uma redução de desmatamento de 45,7%, evitamos lançar na atmosfera 400 milhões de toneladas de CO2, mesmo que a gente zere desmatamento, mesmo que a gente consiga proteger as florestas, os manguezais, se o mundo não fizer a sua parte, nós não vamos conseguir proteger as florestas. Agora, para que todos possamos fazer a nossa parte, é necessário que aquilo que a gente diz esteja alinhado com aquilo que a gente faz. E uma das coisas que a gente precisa fazer é viabilizar os recursos financeiros à altura, por parte dos países desenvolvidos com suas obrigações e os países em desenvolvimento que estão se dispondo a voluntariamente, adicionalmente, darem suas contribuições sem negligenciar aquilo que foi estabelecido no Acordo de Paris, que nós somos signatários do princípio das responsabilidades comuns porém diferenciadas. Mas sempre fizemos questão de que termos condições que são diferenciadas não nos libera de termos obrigações, de termos compromisso. E é por isso que estamos aqui e eu quero agradecer, não é? E parabenizar os esforços de países que, com menos recursos tecnológicos, menos recursos financeiros, são capazes de se comprometer numa aliança de alta ambição. Muito obrigada.
Thank you very much, Minister. And we very much appreciate how Brazil is leading by example, as you said. And this is why this event is so important, because we want to take that leadership and hope that this is seen by many other countries, developed and developing, as a way forward, as a bar that they need to meet or even surpass in the near future. So thank you very much, Minister, for that. Let me now invite Zoe Norgate to tell us a little bit more about the specific process through which the United Kingdom developed its NDC and how this is connected to its overall economic strategies and implementation of it. Thank you, Zoe.
Thank you very much. And I don't know how to follow that great speech of leadership, but it's a delight to be here and part of this evolving partnership. I can say I've never been married to a Brazilian, but my husband may have something to say about that. But I can't help noticing that it's the second year running that the Brazil and the UK pavilions are neighbours, so it's clearly destiny. To turn to our NDC preparation in the UK, and as you probably heard, our NDC announced by our Prime Minister last week is to reduce our emissions by 81% on 1990 levels. And it covers all sectors, all greenhouse gases, with the one exclusion of international aviation and shipping. It's economy-wide. It is in line with the least cost pathway to 1.5 degrees as set out in the global stocktake. Really, I think I would echo many of the things that Anna already said about the importance of, we look at all of the latest science, we look at what we have already been able to achieve, we look at the future scenarios and the modeling and all of this, and an incredibly important part of that also is the whole of government, whole of society approach. So really looking not just at the technical mitigation options, but actually how do you engage the public in this? What is the receptivity to different actions that we might need to take? Engaging with NGOs, with academics, with businesses, thinking also about how we translate then our NDC into not only implementation plans and metrics for the government, but also corporate transition plans and investment plans that will actually make that change happen. So it's very much a whole of economy, whole of society approach. So far, we just have announced the headline number, but all of the detail will come in advance of the February deadline, and we continue to work across government and with our stakeholders on that. I was just reflecting on, on how it is, why and how it is that we're able to come forward with a really ambitious NDC. And I guess the why is Rachel captured very well, which is that we understand that this is what we need to do for the climate, to have a livable planet, and it's what we need to do for our economy and our people. How are we able to do that? I think really my reflection is that the way we can get to this level of ambition is because of the climate governance and structures and legal basis that we have in place in the UK. So we have the Climate Change Act, we have a legally binding net zero target, and we have the Climate Change Act establishes this independent climate change committee and a system of carbon budgets, which the government is held to account to deliver. And if we don't deliver, we will soon be facing legal challenge for sure by NGOs or other interested stakeholders. So you need the political will to set an ambitious NDC, but actually having these structures and this governance, this framework in place enables you to keep on track, whatever the political weather is doing. And really fundamental to that is the advice of our Climate Change Committee, which advised us, having looked at all of the evidence, having taken that long view, that we should be doing 81%. And that gives us, I think, the confidence also to know that they have looked at what is possible. It's very ambitious, but it's possible. And to be able to know that that planning is already thinking about what do we need to do in. So the Climate Change Committee is currently advising us what we need to do for Carbon Budget 7, which is in 2038 onwards. So that is the time horizon we're already looking to and planning and thinking what do we need to do now in order to have the right technologies, the right policy, laws, governance, etc. So I think that's probably the secret of why we've been able to come forward with ambition and have that cross-government ownership. The last thing I would say is just also that we're really, we will only get to where we need to be by learning from each other and by sharing, and we're doing some of that bilaterally, but also we're really proud to be supporting other countries through the NDC partnership, up to 40 countries to work on that modeling, that thinking, that stakeholder process they need, to bring about for setting NDCs, and also to share learning, for example, from things like the Climate Change Committee. We have now fantastic international network of climate committees who can share, the different models, what works, how to set them up. So, very happy to be, to be having those conversations, and we really need to all come together to get this thing done, don't we? Thank you.
Thank you very much, Zoe.
I was just going to say, the minister reminded me that this is perhaps the last session that we are going to have here in the pavilion. And I just want to say thank you for Hugo and the rest of the team that helped to put this together, for our greatest thanks to Apex that really worked on putting this, seeing our colleagues from Apex here as well as Itamaraty. So that was a join, and obviously the entire government that put this together. So I just wanted to miss the thank for them. And thank you, Pablo, for the great work that the NDC partnership is doing. I think it's helping so many countries to do the NDCs, and do count, obviously, on us because we are the co-chairs now, but I'm sure with other partners as well to continue that work. So thank you so much.
Thank you very much. So thank you, everyone, for joining us today. We heard very, very important critical elements of the new NDCs, and we hope that this will help other countries develop their NDCs. Political leadership to start with, and we saw that reflected today. Whole of government and whole of society approaches with enabling laws, policies, and regulations to move things forward. We know that we need strong data and monitoring that is based on science. And we need to have clear ambition reflected in economy-wide goals, aligned with 1.5 and the global stocktake, and we need to make sure that climate action is triggering prosperity in every country. And I'll close by saying something that I really liked from you, Anna, that we need NDCs that are aligned with 1.5, which will need financing that is aligned with 1.5 also. If we want to do this, we need to do it together, and that's exactly what the NDC partnership is about. So thank you, United Kingdom. Thank you, Brazil. Thank you to our current co-chairs, Rwanda and Denmark, and thank you for the UNFCCC for being here. It's an honor to be the last event here. Thank you.
Acho que temos que